The sound is good. I think we're
Well,
good.
how many fingers am I holding up?
17.
So close. It was actually 37.
It's actually what?
37.
Oh, that's a lot of fingers.
I would like to welcome everybody, one and all, everyone around, listening near and far, to Season 3 of the Villains Talk Show and Podcast.
Season 4.
Dun dun
Four.
dun. Season 3.
Yep, we're on season 4.
You wish. You're not gonna mess me this time. I take notes, motherfucker. Hello and welcome to the Villains Talk Show and Podcast, Season 3. Episode 102. Episode 101 I was not a part of, which we'll get into.
Wait, you weren't? I thought you were here.
I'm going to upload this together.
I heard you.
I'm
You
going
have
to
the
when people listening on the podcast are going to get this as a part 2 at the same time, so it's going to be a longer podcast. It's going to be a part 2-parter, so they get to hear what it was like when you guys didn't have me around. But hello and welcome to the Villains Talk Show. As always, we'd like to thank our Patreons, Rujhala and For the Wheel, and everyone out there. Thank you for joining us. Hello and welcome to Season 3. I am one of the hosts, C4, accompanied by the beautiful and illustrious Viking and the magnanimous Greasy Boy, and soon to be
magnanimous. Good
and
name. Good word.
I know, and soon to be the prolific and ever elusive gentleman. Soon, and
Which one?
hello, welcome. How's everybody? Well, mid of September. If you're listening on the
Thought it was October.
podcast, it's been a couple weeks since we uploaded, since the end of season 2. If you're watching last week, there was a podcast that I was called in the middle of the night on set. Which
It wasn't the middle of the night.
It was
It's an exaggeration.
It was
like
sorry. You're right.
10:15.
It was 10:15 because I was just setting up set. So, and I'll get into that. Depending on how things go, I could actually, seeing as I can upload video to podcasts, up to 10 minutes, and we shot an 8-minute film. When it gets released on October 31st for free on YouTube, I could probably try to find a way to put it on the podcast. But to back up, we'll start with you guys. So what we're gonna do, if you were just listening, at the end of this podcast, you'll notice it'll keep going if you're listening on podcast era, because I will have put on the episode that they did. So it's all
All
together.
by ourselves, and we were experts right off the bat. No help needed.
Exactly.
No, none at all. Not a single
Don't
question
fast
had to be
forward
asked.
in the podcast to find out if that's truth or myth. But
Or you can, and then re-listen to it again.
Yeah, it's true.
Let's talk about the last couple weeks. I was basically gone all last week. So how was your guys' last week? How's everything going?
Pretty good. Started school. Started failing school.
I don't
Got
believe
caught up in
that.
school.
It's fair. In the last 2 weeks, I've taken the driver's ed test 4 times and I've failed 4 times. So
Oh no, really?
every time I get
Oh.
6 wrong, you can only get
Like
5
the-
wrong, and I get 6 wrong
Oh.
every time, and it's like, and it's right to the end. Like, it's always on question 29. I have 5 wrong, and if I get it wrong, I lose my license, and if I get it right, I get it, and I always get it wrong. I'm like,
I got it right without studying.
I did study, so
It got to the point where like I couldn't fail, and it ended the test saying you passed.
I had that happen too.
I didn't have to
I am
answer all the
super
questions.
impressed. So you know what? We're not going to make fun of you. I'm super impressed that you have finally decided to do this. Good job.
Yeah.
It will make your life easier. In
It
a lot of
will.
ways.
it's a fucking pain in my ass. So yeah, so last week, how you guys, you had a good time? Everything going well in your lives? I know you started school again and you started teaching at school again. My younger sister actually just got a job as a professor at a university, so she's also teaching, but this is her first time ever teaching, so it's been a learning experience for her.
It would be.
We'll see.
I actually found out that the older brother of one of my students is doing the same thing that your younger sister does. So, not teaching, but yeah.
Oh, Wildfire.
Yeah.
Nice. Good for him. It's not easy.
Yeah. No, he just graduated, so
Good for him.
his first job. Hopefully it goes well.
It can be really fun, but it's also a lot of work.
Yeah, I would bet.
And
All the running and fires fighting.
They're pretty fearsome things after all.
and
Yeah, you can't just go up and box them anymore.
Hmm.
man, it's already almost the middle of September. It's September 14th.
Yeah, this is the third week of school. Like classes, not even the third week of like teachers being back.
Wow.
They've already had a math test. They've already cried over a math test. You know.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Man, the life of a high school teacher.
It's great. It's great. Actually, one of them cried over the choice between an ice cream sandwich and a popsicle. Just because her anxiety levels are so high that when she was asked to make this choice that should have been so easy, it just made her cry. And she was so mad at herself. She was like, this is so stupid. Why am I crying over this? But, yeah. Grade 10's hard. It's a rough time.
It is.
My life is so hard. A popsicle and an ice cream sandwich can bring me to tears.
She fully recognized that, but it didn't
Thank-
mean that she could stop herself from crying at that exact moment.
Thank God. Oh, I wasn't like that as a kid. Holy Christ. Holy Christ. Ugh.
You also didn't go to a super academic school that focused on scaring the bejesus out of everyone their first week of high school.
No,
This
I
is
did
so
not go
hard.
to- I did not go to Catholic school. That is true. So I guess I get into why I was gone last week and why it looks like I'm so perpetually tired right now. So I was given an opportunity last week. I was given it last month, and I accepted it, and it was unpaid, but basically got to spend 5 days. I still went to work too, which is just so I had to go to. So my days were wake up 7 o'clock, be at work at 7:30, work till 2, go home, go to bed, wake up at 7, go out to Chestermere to meet the rest of my crew, which was me and a director, a special effects artist, and our actors, and then drive all the way out to a small town and a hotel. That the lady who owned the hotel is the sweetest lady ever, gave us full use of it. And it's this old creepy ass hotel in the middle of town where we got to film a horror movie, and me and the director and the special effects artist got to murder a bunch of teenagers.
That
And
sounds fun.
some of the teenagers
For
were
the film, right?
yeah, some of the teenagers were pretty young, so we made sure that their parents had to be there, no matter what, even if we tried to get, especially the younger ones, we tried to get their scenes done first in the first couple nights. But yeah, there was one parent that was there every night, and good on her, God, what a champion that woman was. And
You kind of have to be to raise a teenager.
oh my God, and because me and her were the only ones that drank coffee, she always had coffee ready for me. So
Aw,
it
that's
was
cute.
it was so great. I was so happy. But hopefully at the end of the month, of October when it gets released on YouTube for free. I'll be able to, because it's only an 8-minute long thing. I'll be able to share it on the podcast with everyone. I'll be able to share it with everyone. It was an experience. Holy shit. Funny enough, I fell asleep really quick every time I got home at 5 a.m. except the last night we were done shooting. I was so hyped after we were done. Me and the director were just so happy that we actually got it done between us three. Me, him, and the special effects artist. And, like, we were so hyped that I just could not sleep that night. Thank God I didn't work that day. I took that day off and I just slept. Woke up to watch my Cowboys lose horribly. So it was like I should have just stayed in fucking bed at that point. But unfortunately, I did miss D&D and I did miss the podcast, which I do apologize for. But it was some of the most fun I've had in a long time. It did not feel like work. It was a lot of work, but it did not feel like work. But it was some late goddamn nights.
Fair. It's not. You didn't miss too much though. You only missed the Zeppelin rather than destabilizing and calming.
Oh, okay. I'm glad you guys, I'd actually be glad if you guys played without me. Then I wouldn't feel too bad because
We didn't.
No.
that's too bad.
The two of us sat around my fire pit and chatted until like 3 a.m. instead.
Yeah.
Damn, I could have invited you out to come watch and come at least help.
That's a long ways. I didn't want to drive.
Yeah.
Fair. It is long.
I didn't really want to stay up till 3 a.m. either. That was just an accident, really.
Yeah. It kind of happened.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd just like to give a shout out to Brent Oddity, the guy who is our special effects artist, Justin Hammond, our director, and all our actors out there, Mr. Giggles, who funded the whole project, and yeah, that was great. If you guys are listening, that was fucking hella fun. And with all that out of the way, last time you guys played Two Truths and a Lie.
No, we didn't.
Oh, we only did who's most
Who's
likely
most likely?
to.
Oh, so essentially what's going to happen is at the end of this, when I tag on that, all they're going to hear is... Okay, got it.
Tell what we think of our group.
Yeah, you listened to it.
I
The
did.
first part, anyways.
I did listen to it.
You were perhaps so tired you've already forgotten.
No, I remember some things. I remember you said a couple things that hit me right on the head. I felt so noticed. Oh, I remember. One of the things I will say, and everyone can pay attention to, is I am, if I can be and it's in my power, I will be on time. If not, I will be early. And it's something I don't mention because it's just a personal thing. Because I know not everyone's like that. But my God, did I feel seen when that question came up, and I think it was Viking who was like, "No, I don't think any of us are punctual," and Greasy Boy was like, "C4 is really punctual." I'm like, "Yes, thank you so much."
Say you try.
I try as hard as I can. I can't always be punctual, but I will try as hard as I goddamn can. That being said, I guess we will do Two Truths and a Lie. Why did you want to do this originally? I think it was because you wanted everyone else to get to know the hosts.
Yeah, get to know the hosts. Because usually you and Insaniac are the ones who take the lead most of the time. So why not get to know the rest of us?
Fair. So
He makes a very good point.
I'll interview you guys.
Well, it's Two Truths and a Lie. That means everyone participates. We should
Yeah.
probably just take turns.
That'd probably be the easiest.
Okay.
You did prepare, right?
I guess you're first.
So no, you didn't.
I think that's a no.
I didn't say yes or no. I just said you're first. I volunteered you.
That's not really volunteering. That's more so telling.
Yeah, it really is.
but I can definitely go first. For one of mine, I have jumped off a building. I have free dived in the ocean, and I know how to breathe fire.
Okay, I know one of them's true.
Holy hell.
Well, two of them are true, but I know one of the ones that's true. Jumped off a building, free diving in the ocean, and breathing fire?
Yeah.
I think it's the ocean that's a lie. C4, what do you think?
You know, I think it's the breathing fire. Just because that takes a lot of practice, and I haven't ever heard of anything about the Greasy Boy going to circus school, or going
Man,
to,
I want to go to
or
circus
or
school.
doing any kind of that
That's-
circus class. Although they are available in our city.
Oh, yeah.
What? Really?
Yeah, I knew a girl who used to go to them, and she used to like be able to like stand on a ball and stuff. Like it's a real thing. But I've never
That's
heard
cool.
Greasy Boy mention it, and on that alone, I will say the breathing fire, because that takes a level of skill and practice.
Well, I guess I'll show you how to breathe fire on Saturday.
Yes, you will.
He showed me last Saturday.
That's fucking cool.
You know, I don't like oceans. Never free dived.
Explain the
I was
breathing
right?
fire though, and the ocean. Okay, yes,
Yeah.
you were right. So you have to explain both now. Actually,
Which
you have
ones?
to explain all three. So you don't like the ocean. So how did you learn to breathe fire? And how did you jump off a building?
My dad showed me. Just one of those nights where it was like, oh, look at this cool thing I figured out.
Hey, come on, Greasy Boy, come over here. You ever seen how to breathe fire?
And then he showed me how to breathe fire.
That's fucking nuts.
And then, yeah, in Vegas, I jumped off the stratosphere.
Nice. I figured it was probably something like that.
Like the free fall. Well, free fall.
Okay.
Nothing crazy.
All right. Really though, breathe fire. That's so
Yeah.
random.
Yeah.
And why don't you like the ocean? Just fear?
No. Just don't go in it enough.
We are in a
Don't go out that way
landlocked.
enough.
We
A little
really
bit,
are.
Yeah. Just a little bit.
I love the ocean.
Like, I've been in the ocean and I've swam in the ocean. I've just not free dived in the ocean.
I guess Viking. We'll go with you next.
Sure. I've taught Latin, I've taught Braille, and I've taught French.
I don't.
I think I know.
I'm gonna say Braille. Because if you know
Okay.
Braille, that's nuts. Because
Okay.
why? Why would you know Braille? Why? It's not like you're blind. Why would you know Braille? Why would you teach Braille to the seeing? It would be pointless. So no, it's Braille. It's gotta be
My
Braille.
guess is you haven't taught Latin yet. Because I remember you mentioning that you're teaching Latin this year.
I taught Latin yesterday.
Therefore,
This is my binder full of Braille.
what?
I have never taught French, despite it being the other language I actually know.
Fair enough.
No. Why do you know Braille? And who do you
Uh,
teach it to? Other seeing
I was-
people?
I was working with a kid who was losing her vision, so I learned Braille so that I could teach it to her.
That's so wholesome, and I hate you for it because I can't make fun of you for it.
I mean, it was part
I've
of my
heard that
job.
story
Are you
before.
fucking
so-
serious?
It was part of my job, but it was a pretty cool part of my job. I was really excited to do it.
That's. I don't even know what to say to that. That's just okay. Yeah. What? That's actually nuts. Oh, two truths.
Yes,
and
it's
a
your turn.
Two truths and a lie. Okay. Uh, I have thrown stones at the Sphinx. I drank water straight from the Sea of Galilee. And I walked through, would have been Malaysia to that, which would have been Kuala Lumpur, the temples of Kuala Lumpur.
I'm gonna say Sea of Galilee is a lie because I don't know if it's safe to drink water from it.
Yeah. That's my guess, too. Because I know you're salty, but I don't think you're that salty.
Although I definitely immersed myself in the Sea of Galilee. No, I did not drink from it.
Ha!
Yeah. No, I've been to all those places. Did that. The Sphinx is massive, by the way. If you've ever actually
Yeah.
seen it.
Oh, yeah.
And its face
I
is all
doubt it.
destroyed. It doesn't look good. Looks
Probably
all
from
shot
people
up.
like you throwing rocks at it.
Nazis shot at it. Used it as target practice.
Did they?
Yeah.
Didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's awful.
Yeah, one more thing to hate the Nazis over.
Yeah. Not that they needed more, but
And in Malaysia, that's how you get to the Lounging Buddha temple. It's the snake temple. You have to drive out of Penang out into literally the middle of a jungle. Then you walk through the jungle to the snake temple.
Right.
So it wasn't really Kuala Lumpur, but it's one of the great Lounging Buddhas outside of it. So I guess that goes back around to Greasy Boy.
yeah.
All right. So it's about to get personal.
Ooh,
These are all body facts.
fun.
First, I have a crooked finger. Second, I have a third nipple. Third, I have a birthmark next to my eye.
You do not have a third nipple.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
We've all
Are
seen
you sure?
We've all seen your chest.
Have we? I haven't.
When have you seen my chest?
Some
The
questions.
fact that you're not answering is
unanswered.
worse here.
No one said the nipple had to be on the chest.
I'm scared of where else it could be.
What?
But no, I don't have a third nipple.
Thank God.
Okay, thank goodness. You were starting to scare me.
Oh, I was
I
just
think
gonna
that's what I
say
get paid for here.
you wear skin tight shirts sometimes, and trust me, there's only two nipples.
Are there?
Yes.
It's fake nipples.
Oh Lord.
Fake nipples? What?
Well, maybe I don't have nipples.
You know, I don't really care if you have nipples or not.
So Viking, you're next. You're next to because the longer we stay on this, we keep talking about it. So please continue.
Yep, very true. Okay, well, I'm descended from Charlemagne. I'm descended from Queen Elizabeth I, or I can name all of King Henry VIII's wives.
Charlemagne.
Queen Elizabeth the
Because
First.
that's a really, 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 really distant bloodline. Actually, no. Yeah, Queen Elizabeth the First. I changed it because anyone could just declare they're from Charlemagne. Because Charlemagne, I don't know, because Charlemagne wasn't real. No one knows if he was real or not. I'm gonna stick with Charlemagne. I'm gonna say Charlemagne.
And you say Queen Elizabeth I?
Yes.
You're right. Queen Elizabeth I was famously known as the Virgin Queen. She didn't have any children.
Uh,
One of my grandfathers traced our family history back to the founding of England, and Charlemagne is in there. So, whether he was real or not, my grandfather certainly
That's-
thinks we were descended from him.
yeah. There's debate about that. Okay, that's kind of cool. I didn't think.
I also can name all of Henry VIII's wives. Yeah.
I love how neither of
Oh,
us just guessed that was a gimme.
No, we've had a lot of conversations about that.
That's a gimme.
Have we?
I can name
least
them
3.
all.
What?
It's not hard.
No. That's
Anyway,
kind of cool.
okay, so I guess so I have a scar on my pinky, an S scar on my pinky. I have a smiley face scar on my leg. And I have a large scar on my back.
I want to say it's the pinky because I know about the thigh or scar.
Yeah, I'm just thinking, is it a scar?
Because you
Would
were saying
scar
you
be
were
the correct
scarified
term?
into your leg.
Yeah. What was the third one?
A scar on my back.
That's really unspecific.
I've seen your back enough times to know you don't have a scar like that.
I think it's your back.
I do not have a scar on my back. I have a happy face scar because I was stupid and I tried to cut a happy face into my leg, and it worked, but I couldn't get the eyes done because it hurt. And then I have a scar on my pinky that I got from when I was a kid because I stuck my finger down the drain, and my older sister, pulled out my pinky and ripped off all the skin.
Ah.
So they had to like curl it back and like reattach it. That was when I was a kid.
Fair enough.
Yep. Back to Greasy Boy.
Okay, ready for a food themed one?
Yeah.
Okay.
I once ate 3 large pizzas by myself in one night.
Ooh.
I once ate 12
I
pounds
believe
of
it.
wings on a wing by myself.
Oh.
I once ate over $200 worth of sushi in one sitting.
Oh, that's easy. Oh, which one freaks me out the most?
I think A. The answer's A. You didn't do A.
3 large pizzas?
I think because the bread. At least the wings you have.
Yeah.
meat. And if it's you said 12 pounds of wings, right?
Yes.
So that's like
That's a lot, but it's not
no, it's not.
necessarily an
No, it's not.
impossible amount. I think I'm going with the pizza too.
12 pounds of wings is about, if 1 pound is about, no, 5 pounds is about 8 wings. So, yeah, no, that's not a lot of wings.
That is not correct math.
Not at all.
Isn't it?
No.
No.
Because the wings we sell, it's about,
For what you sell, 1 pound of wing are 9 to 10 wings.
Yeah,
that's right.
that's normal.
So,
Not 5
So
pounds.
120
So 30
wings?
so
I
wings.
can see 120 wings,
yeah,
honestly.
I can see that. That's easy. Yeah, I
But I
stick
can't
with
see
the
3
pizzas.
pizzas.
I stay with the pizzas.
Yeah, it's the pizzas.
Yes.
But the sushi was probably close to like $400.
Yeah, that makes
but
sense.
that's easy. That's just expensive
Yeah.
shit.
Oh no! Like
If you had
the
eaten
cheap
like
shit.
200 pieces of sushi, then I would have been like, no.
Give or take, yeah.
Rice would have killed you.
No, I can see that. I once watched my brother
200
eat
piece-
just literally piles of
Yeah.
sushi.
200 pieces.
He might have hit
Yeah.
that amount.
With sashimi.
Damn.
Yeah.
All right, Miss Viking.
I had braces as a teenager. I got engaged at 17 and married at 18. Or I created a functional language for that world back there.
A. No. Yeah. A. Oh, damn. Now you're really testing my knowledge.
I think it was B because I thought you got engaged at 18.
18 and married at 19. Yeah, that was my other thought. Damn it. No, because they got no. I thought they got shit. It doesn't help I wasn't there. So I
Yeah.
can't.
You didn't-
too.
You did know us actually, but only just barely.
Yeah, I just met you.
Yeah,
And it was crazy.
it was actually. Actually, it was fancy.
You
It
got
was a
his
ball.
number.
No, it was a ball. I did not get his number.
He called you maybe.
He didn't.
I'm gonna.
There.
No, I'm gonna stick with A. I think they got married at 18 because I've seen the marriage pictures, and that is a young shield maiden.
I did have braces as a teenager. We got engaged when I was 18 and married while I was still 18, just before my 19th birthday.
So you did get married at 8.
Yeah.
It's okay. See, that's the problem. Is I thought you got married at 18.
Yeah, I did. I just didn't get engaged at 17.
Damn, that's a trick
I'm
question.
having
That's
so
not fair.
much trouble focusing.
Damn
Try
trick
that.
questions.
There are pills for that.
Mhm. What?
There are pills for that.
Focusing? Well, yeah. I take one every morning.
I should.
Ooh, how personal do I want to get?
I mean, I told you about my third nipple that may or may not exist.
Oh Lord. I have. Oh, okay. So that one, and then we can say that. Okay. So I have been to prison. I've seen a person get tortured, and I've watched a man die.
Prison.
Either tortured or death.
Told us both of those stories.
That's true. Now I just think they're all true.
That kind of defeats the purpose of this whole thing.
It does, doesn't it?
Because it's hard to think of a lie. To be fair,
It's true, it is.
that's the hard part.
Yeah, that's fair.
I know there's a difference between prison and jail, but I don't know what the difference is, so maybe it is prison. Yes, I'm gonna say that.
Technically, I spent a week in jail,
Which is not prison.
which is not prison.
There we go. All right.
Yep. And if you want to hear the other two stories, I've said them in the podcast. I can't remember which episodes, so have fun.
Just
That'll
watch them all. You'll
cool.
be fine. You'll find them eventually.
Quick synopsis. Did stupid shit at 18, got thrown in jail for a week. Seen a person die. Oh, I've seen a couple people die. I saw a guy get a pickaxe to the head, and I watched a kid get shot in the streets of Egypt. And I've watched a guy get black bagged and taken to a basement and tortured with a blowtorch. Because all of a sudden, a bunch of money disappeared from the wrong people.
Oof.
Yep. So, just learned a lot in my life to just, don't fuck around. Basically.
Fair enough.
Yep. I guess
All right.
we'll do one more, because then we have the other one to tag on and make this episode an hour long. Technically, we have outtakes. Right?
And intakes.
And intakes.
I suppose.
And round takes.
And outtakes. And square cakes.
And square cakes.
Yeah.
All right, one more. Hit us, Greasy boy.
Okay, I have two more. A or B?
B.
B.
Okay.
Keep the bees alive.
Okay. So, this is about my musical talents.
Ooh.
I can play the guitar, I can play the accordion, and I can play the violin.
Oh, you told me about this, but then I never actually figured out which one it was.
You can't play the
I probably
accordion.
should have asked. No, I think it's
If you can play
guitar. You can't play the guitar.
If you can play the accordion, I will be floored. Because that is one of the hardest instruments in the planet to learn. Especially like
I don't know how to play the violin.
Oh, the
I
violin.
taught myself how to play accordion.
really good for fucking
Yeah,
you.
hyperfixations.
I'm so jealous. I actually really
Dude,
want to learn how to play the
That
accordion.
is literally
I haven't played it in years, but I learned how.
one of my friends who passed away. She had this beautiful wooden wind accordion, no battery, nothing, from like early 1900s, and it was her dream to learn to play that thing. And like, fuck, that is such a hard instrument to play. Good on you. Violins, no better. That is still difficult, but man, anyone who knows how to play the accordion, because yeah, with the piano keys and the oh fuck, that's insane. Good on ya.
Mm-hmm.
Guitar is a gimme. Everyone can learn the guitar
Oh,
in like
yeah.
a week.
I tried. It didn't work.
Dick.
I learned 12 string as well.
Nice.
Bass is easier once you learn bass.
Oh yeah.
All right, Sarah.
I'm left-handed like my dad. I've written 2 novels. I read The Lord of the Rings for the first time when I was 9.
Don't think it's
Joke's on us. Your dad's not left-handed.
B.
B
No, I
was
think
I've written
it's
2
C.
novels.
Because I know you've written one, or like you were writing one. I didn't think you wrote. You're in the middle of writing a second. So I'll take B.
I think it's C.
You think it's C?
Yeah, because you keep saying you weren't allowed to read fantasy stuff,
No, because
When was that?
Sarah
like
really
Harry
likes
Potter and stuff.
Sarah's really big into that kind of stuff, so I'd imagine she's read Lord of the Rings, especially at that young age.
Hayden's right, but more or less on a technicality. I read The Fellowship of the Ring and half of the Two Towers when I was 8. And then I wasn't allowed to read it for like 3 years, and I read the rest when I was 12. The novel I was writing was the second one, actually. So I have actually written 2, but neither of them are like
Published?
finished. Yeah, publishable. They both need a lot of work. And the first one will have to change massively in response to the second one because they should actually go in the other order. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
That we have a cat.
Yes. Loki wants to make his presence known.
I guess I have the last one then.
Yeah.
You do.
Hmm. Okay.
Oh, what? Don't jump on me. What? Here.
Let's see. When I was a child, I wanted to be a railroad engineer.
Nice.
Also, when I was a child, I loved to be the perpetual villain. And when I grew up, I wanted to be a politician.
I think it must be A.
Yeah.
C. I never wanted to
I
be.
mean, that makes sense
I
too.
never wanted to be a goddamn politician. I'm just
You have
good.
told me in the past that you wanted to be a politician. What?
I guess his phrasing was he would make a good politician.
Yeah, I'd make a good one,
Maybe.
but I hate the idea of being in politics. I can't. I've seen it. My parents have done it my whole life. Not for me.
Fair. Very fair.
Definitely not for me. I'd rather create and do my own thing.
Yeah. Agreed.
Right.
It was obviously not the one about being a perpetual villain, considering the fact that this is called the Villains Talk Show.
Yeah, you'd never
That
be
was,
a villain.
That was the gimme. That was the gimme. There has to be a gimme.
No.
But the engineer, yeah, I remember that's always my first thing because I used to have a little teddy bear with like an engineer hat, and I always wanted to be a train.
Oh, that's adorable.
Yeah, that was my first dream, be an engineer connector.
Aw. That would be fun.
Yeah.
I like trains.
I've learned later in life it's not fun. It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
Oh, so is everything.
True.
Anything that's worth doing takes effort.
True.
With that, I would like to thank you all for joining us tonight.
Except for you.
That's
You know
not
who
nice.
you are.
That's not very nice. No. Hey, you keep watching. Don't listen to him.
Except for
It depends
you.
on who you are.
You know
There's
who
some
you
people,
are.
you know?
I'm sorry, I had nothing better to do, but I'm glad you spent it with us here. Welcome to season 3. We are the Villains Talk Show. I am one of your many hosts, and we are all happy you're here. Catch you guys next week.
Maybe.
I think.
Goodbye.
I think.
We will see.